High fly to center. And if Ford sees it, he'll catch it.
That baby's up there. He did sin. He never saw it. And Fielder will round second. And he'll round third. And Castillo's throw to the plate, not in time. And inside the park, home run for Prince Fielder.
How'd you make out in the fantasy draft?
I got Jamar Chase as the first pick, and after that, I looked up who I should pick first, and I got the first pick, so I was cool. But after that,
First overall?
yeah. And after that, my attention span didn't last long. But man, try my best.
I've been running one with my homeboy since 1999, right? It's called Joe Mama 26 this year. Jamar went first in ours too. It is my absolute pleasure to have generational, man. I got Prince Fielder and I got son Jadyn Fielder. Always very, very special when I get to have father-son combos. How you guys doing? Everybody good?
Yep.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
It's very, very unique, having the father-son combo. Obviously, this is third generation, right? And then you have Haven and Jadyn. So it's got to be really cool, man. It's really unique, to be sitting here looking at both of you. And before we go into everything Jadyn's about to accomplish, let's go into a couple of things that Prince has accomplished. Dude was just a killer out there, man. And I go back and I look at stats. I'm a little bit of a stat head, and just seeing what you did, 319 home runs, man, and comeback player of the year is one of my really most impressive things you've done. People always look at accolades like home run derby and home runs. What I am most impressed with is that comeback player of the year award, because listen, I know how hard the grind is to get there. And then, when you come up and then whatever injuries or whatever it is, and then I can do that, man. So I just want to say kudos on that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Before we pop into Jadyn, tell me a little bit about, the career and your overall, I guess, sentiment, of the playing days, and how do you have your overall sentiment, vibe, feelings about, how the career went?
I guess it went the only way it could, I guess. So, I'm pretty, I have no choice. I'm okay with it. Obviously, I didn't want to have the injury to shorten it, but things happen for a reason. I got to be home with my boys early, and I got to hang out with them a lot, and especially now that they're out the house. So, I'm really grateful for that time. And, now I get to watch Jadyn and Haven play.
Yeah. And that's really a great way to look at it, man. That's a really positive outlook on it. Obviously, nobody wants career to be over with injury. And I saw the emotional press conferences and everything else. It's exactly how I would have been. And I think you just said it best, man. God, whatever you believe, you had the opportunity to be home and mentor these guys. And, Prince, not only with baseball, a dad, right? Just be there for them, man. When they have questions about school and this and girls, and, you could be there for them instead of being out on the road.
Yeah.
So Jadyn, I asked Haven, he told me, I said, who's the most athletic in the family, and who's the best looking? I think you were nominated for both of those, man. So, he said you were all shredded up. He's like, we got some beef to us. We can smack the ball. We hit meteors. He said, Jadyn's this shredded up fitness guy. No comment?
No, I'd rather be a big guy. I'm gonna be honest, a lot easier. I gained a little bit of weight, so I'm not, skinny anymore. But it was tough hitting for a little bit. I kind of wished, I was like, dang, why can't I be, get some weight on me, But
it's so funny, man. Lighter, skinnier, and great. They want to be heavier, right? They want to put it on.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just it's sports in general, and the guys who are big, they're like, man, I need to drop a few. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell me your come up, Jay. Tell me your story. Obviously, going through school there in Florida and now with the Brewers organization. Give the fans kind of a rundown of how it came about that you ended up Brewers, and was it a walkout? How did everything go down as far as you getting involved with the organization?
It wasn't, as you know, I obviously kind of grew up around there. So it was kind of, it's not like we had to get in touch or anything like that, Yeah, I did that draft league, and then after that, I felt like I was kind of ready to, get going and playing. So yeah, they called or whatever. We talked to them, and then the second they called, I was like, of course. This is the only team I was really wanting to play for, really.
It's kind of non-typical, right? Guys, a couple different ways that guys come up, right? It's sometimes a Cape Cod League or Pioneer League or whatever it is. Where did you play? How old are you now?
I just turned 21.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that. You know what? 17th. Happy birthday, I think, right? I guess your trajectory, though, was a little different. It wasn't just kind of going through and then, getting drafted and here's my agent and contract. So in that regard, how did that, work out? You know what I'm saying? Like the difference there. Because I'm sitting at home, man. If one of my kids gets a call from the Brewers and they're like, yo, we want, he's going to go play. Were you always just kind of around and in their ear, right? Or like, how did that work?
I mean, I was kind of just sitting watching the draft like, everyone else. Yeah, I kind of before the draft it was kind of, mostly Brewers. Obviously when that went through and I didn't see my name, I wasn't I was after that I was expecting, a call to, sign or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew either way, whether I was picked as a draft pick or signed or whatever, I knew that either way I had to show, what I can do. So whether that was a draft pick or not, I felt like it doesn't matter. We all go to the same spot to, we all play on the same field. So
Very well said. And I totally agree with you, man. And now it's time to go show and prove, Like you said, you could have been the 3rd round draft pick. You're in the same spot. And now it's time to go show and prove. I've been reading a few articles here and there, man. Your name's popping up. I mean, you're turning some heads, man. I'm not saying that because you're sitting across from me. I'm saying it because I'm very involved and I see it. You're turning some heads. I feel like everybody kind of has their own category that they fit in. You're not in that mass of this guy's 5 tool, he can do this, whatever. What element of your game do you feel right now is the best and what you'd most like to improve on?
I'd say, shoot, I go my best. I'd say my hit tool. I've definitely worked on that a lot, especially being in rookie ball. You see a lot of different pitching. You'll see someone who throws 90 and you'll see someone who throws 100. So I think just being able to see such crazy differences kind of really, I can feel how much I've improved just through the year, like especially on my hit tool and stuff like that. But I mean, other than that, every tool I'd really like to work on, to be honest. I feel like everything's kind of like, I don't have anything, that negative about my game, but I have everything in my game I want to get better at. I don't care if that's my arm getting faster, better defense. I feel like even with hitting, I feel like I can improve everywhere. So
That's a good answer as well. And I was told a long time ago there's 2 types of baseball players, the humble players or the ones about to be humble. Because there's always someone coming for you, man. Someone on your tail.
If you're not hitting for 100, you got to work harder.
Yeah, there you go, man. Right. Then we'd have to talk.
Not hitting for 100, you got to work harder. Yeah.
And then we go into a guy real well. You knew real well with EG, man. I think the best hitter ever, in my opinion, Tony Gwynn. In my opinion, Pete Rose, Tony Gwynn. And you guys obviously have a relationship with him, and I'm truly sorry, for your loss in that regard. That dude was just, man. But did you grow up watching him? Tony Gwynn, obviously, there was a great relationship. So he was around a lot, right?
Right.
And you guys got to see, that dude go and practice and do his thing. And there's no better person in the world, I don't think, that you could get watch hitting or anything like that, right? And I know, Gwynn's Junior's career didn't exactly go the same as Dad, but he was a great hitter and a great player in his own right. You know what I mean? Prince, what's up with this pitching now, man?
I mean, it's definitely pretty amazing how many guys are throwing 100. I mean, I think it's really cool to see. But I mean, obviously, I think the pitching's a lot better, but I think the hitters are getting better as well because, I mean, it's not like, don't get me wrong, the pitchers are good, but there's a lot of guys having good seasons. So, you know what I mean? I think the game's just getting better all the way around. I mean, I don't know. I mean, guys are just really good. Guys really focus on what they need to do. I mean, I think when I was playing, a lot of guys were kind of, we just did whatever we knew what to do to make it, like, whatever we felt was right, we just practiced that. But I think guys, sometimes it's a little too much, but I think guys are really trying to know what they're really doing to do it every time, no matter what. I think, like I said, I think that's a little bit of difference. I think, like I said, it can get a little too much info, but when you get that medium, the way the guys are, the way the guys are making adjustments, seeing their exit velo, I like that stuff. I mean, that kind of stuff is real cool, especially, when you make outs. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, I hit that ball 105. I can't be too upset, right?
Right.
So I definitely like. I think all the stuff is it's definitely helping, but you got to make sure you don't get overloaded.
You understand?
But I mean, at the end of the day, though, there's no G. But see, that's what I'm trying to say. Like for people, but for the hitter, I mean, there's no GPS on the bat. So if you hit it 105 and you throw a tantrum, you're just a child. You know what I mean? Like like baseball is too hard to. That's why I think it helps the players because, like I said, if I'm hitting the ball 110, obviously it's not a hit. But if I'm hitting it that hard, I mean, like, what am I really going to do about it? There's no GPS. Like, I can't carve it away from the defender, So that's why I like it. It's for the hitter to stay, because baseball is very mental. I think that stuff really helps the hitter stay, stay mentally sharp. Because, everybody, it's a lot of Instagram. Everybody wants to, guys rather get, it's unfortunate because, like, sometimes you rather get 4 bloopers than hit 4 balls hard and someone catch it because someone's going to say that it's not getting the job done.
Yeah, no, I
so I think for the hitters, it can really keep their mentals sharp.
You know what? And yeah, I see what you're saying. Jay,
Yeah.
let's go into that mental a little bit, man. You had a guy like this guy up here next to me, raising you, mentor, and let's not only the baseball part, how was dad coming up with the mental part of things? What kind of advice do you remember that resonates with you? Is there one thing he'd always say? Did Prince have a saying, right? Like do it this way or do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell my kids, be lions, not sheep, right? That's what I say over and over and over again. Was there something that really resonates with you that you just every time you go to the plate or every time you're practicing or something, you see this guy in your head?
I mean, one phrase he always said, whether I was like, just going out or whatever, he always say, stay dangerous.
Okay.
I think that's even just always, always having that, kind of in the back of your mind. Not really saying like, be dangerous, be like weird to people or nothing, but
No,
just
no,
that,
I know exactly what he's saying. Yeah, stay. Yeah,
just having that, just, like if a pitcher throws up in, like you said, like you're not scared of, you're not going to back up off the plate now, just. So yeah, that definitely always stuck with me for sure.
I love that you just said that, man. And he kind of chuckled up there, because did you know that's something that he thought about all the time? That stay dangerous?
Well, I know I said it all the time. Yeah, I always I mean, it's just, but meaning just stay alert. You know what I mean? Don't be too, wherever, like even like you said, when he goes out, when he's playing, just stay alert. You know what I mean? Be aware of everything going on, because sometimes you're not aware, and you might let something slide that you shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love it, man. I might steal your phrase if that's all right. I'm up in
Yeah.
Memphis. Nobody's gonna know. Obviously you gotta be more than proud, right? With Haven and Jadyn
Oh yeah,
playing ball, man. It's gotta be such an amazing feeling.
yeah.
As a dad, and I have 3 little boys myself, ages 12,
Mm.
they're on the come up. They're playing their travel ball and all that. That pride, right? That resonates with you. Like you want to go and see them slay and do great and everything else. How has it been watching them grow, Prince? How has it been? Just kind of, do you get anxious? Do you get like, or is it just straight up fun to watch?
Now, no, I used to, man. I used to only because you sometimes you get caught up in like, especially travel ball, you get caught up in like you know what I mean. You could get caught up. Oh, how's he hitting this summer? It's like, and now that my Jaden's in pro ball, it's like none of that shit even matters. And I forgot because I'm like I played and I forgot like none of this matters. Like not that you don't want to do well. What I'm saying is it's a little. It's like come on, bro. Like I just can't explain it. And I got caught up in that anxiety of it, and then I was like, but then once I told him like, hey man. We just as long as I had to switch back to hey, just fall in love with the with the process. Like if you practice hard, ground balls, work out, lift your weights, eat good. That's really all you can control, man. Like trying to be in the Hall of Fame at 16, 17, that's not real. You know what I mean? Like you never know where you're gonna be. So just keep working hard and see what happens. Now, see where he's at. I mean, he didn't even get drafted, but like he's doing very good. And he's actually progressed way faster than I thought. Like I'm actually, you know what I mean? Like I told him, like, oh, there's nothing else to say besides time. You know what I mean? And as a baseball player, when you can see that, like, oh, nothing's wrong. Okay, just keep waking up and keep going, and we're fine. You know what I mean? That whenever you can feel that, when I felt that, seeing him in practice and him and Haven, seeing how they practice, I'm like, oh, you just got to keep waking up. That's really all that matters, and keep doing this, and you'll get to where you need to be.
How does that make you feel? Him saying that, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying for a long time now, that was like, we wanted to get to a point where it's like, don't have to worry about if your swing's off or whatever, this and that. Like, this is the point now. Like, we got to a point where I'm like, dude, like I'll tell him how I'm feeling every day. It's like, yeah, I mean, like he said, just keep waking up. That's literally all you can do. Like nothing, you're doing everything the right way. You're going about your business. So literally just keep going to work. Yeah.
A lot of it too is a lot that'll take you long in a career. And how do I word this, right? Let's say you weren't an all-star every year, right? Or whatever it is. There's the clubhouse guys, right? You seem very cerebral. You seem like a pretty chill dude, right? And you're likable. And I think that takes you a long way in any sport But in my opinion, baseball, that takes you the further. Being a clubhouse guy, being somebody that people kind of look up to, that are like, man, what does Jay think of this, right? And I'm sure Prince can attest to that of being that. I mean, you're just a big figure, man. So you could just intimidate people anyway, whether you knew it or not up there.
Yeah. But I laugh a lot, so that I have to laugh a lot so people don't get uncomfortable.
Right. Listen, you're absolutely right, because that's
you know what I mean? Because the tattoos, and you're right, the shoulders sometimes they get uncomfortable.
Listen, man, even me sitting here, I'd say something, I'm looking up and you were stone faced, and then I'd get a laugh, and I was like, all right, he's not going to come through and rip my head off, right? So, but that's just that's what you bring. That's the presence that you bring. And I guess the point I was making, man, the clubhouse leadership and stuff, it can just add so many. It can take you up so many notches, right? In an organization, because they see it, man. They're looking for that, and a few guys, man, that I was interviewing earlier in the year were playing single and double A ball. Peyton Tolley was one of my first guests I had. He's a killer, man. He went against Skeens last week. He got the call and he's playing. He's a clubhouse. He's super likable. I said after I did the interview with him, I said to my wife and a couple other people in the studio, I go, that kid's gonna make it. Swear to God, like you just kind of know, right? And some people will surprise you. But some guys you just kind of know. And I can tell you right now, I got that gut feeling. Again, not because you're sitting on the other side of the screen, but I got that gut feeling. This kid's going to play ball at the highest level, and he's going to be successful, and he's going to be liked, man. People are going to want your baseball card. You know what I'm saying? He's not just going to be somebody. He's not going to be a flashy man.
That's a good one.
Yeah, people are going to want that card. And it's, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what the future holds, and I wish it wasn't Arizona.
Same thing.
Right. Yeah, because you're in Florida, man. I mean,
yeah. But I mean, it does. I mean, that's another thing. I got to give, man, I know I did it when I was playing, but man, that was a long time ago. To see how he, I complained a lot. You know what I mean? We complain like, man, it's hot. I haven't heard him complain one time, and I'm very impressed. Like, and that's I tell him that all the time. Like, to see how he's going out there in 110 degrees, 105. Like, hey, what'd you do? Oh, I took some extra ground balls. Like, extra what? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, to see him do that, and I think that's what makes. And like you said, that's character. That's a person you can depend on. That's a, I'm not the. Like the epitome of five tools. I'm 5'10", 270. Like, you know what I mean? But every day the coach woke up, he can write my name down the lineup types. You know what I mean? So I think the way he works and the way he shows up every day, no matter what, gets prepared. I mean, that, like you said, that being good at baseball is number one. But when you have that, you don't have to be a superstar every day. They'll give you some grace if you're not if you're a good guy, good teammate, move the runner if you're not feeling good. Just play defense, the little things. And like you said, that makes a overall good teammate, and that makes a person you want on your team.
Right on, man. And I think you see that now more than ever. You have these, 10, 15 guys that are these mega stars, right? The $90 million a year. And then you have the guys who are just they're wanted. Coaches, managers want them on their team, man, and they can rely on them. Let's get into a couple of fun questions I had over here, man. I was talking about that 2015 season of Prince, and like I said, man, that season impressed me for so many different ways. Talk about comeback player of the year, but then 305, 23, 98, man, that's disgusting. So I just wanted to mention that's not one of the fun questions. It was just something I had jotted down here. That's just disgusting. I mean, 305, 23, 98 in an injury plagued 13 and 14 is just ridiculous. My son's had a question. They said, how did you pick your numbers? Both of you. How did you pick your jersey numbers?
Who goes? Me first or Jadyn?
Whoever. Go ahead, Jadyn.
I'll go ahead. So my trainer back at home, he showed me this way to kind of pick the right number for you based off like your birthday. I'm not sure how he does it. Like he does a super specific equation or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, he was telling me like Ronaldo, Messi, all these guys had like a very specific number. It wasn't just random.
Really?
So yeah, like that's what I said. So I was like, I'll take whatever. I mean, whatever it is. So yeah,
it was pretty amazing when he broke it down. Like, it sounds cool to me, I guess.
Yeah, like this guy had this whole math equation. This guy's a wizard.
But the first game he hit his first pro game, he hit a home run. So it's like, now we got to believe it a little bit
with that new number.
Yeah, I got 22 is my number now. So
yeah, now you have to have it, man.
You gotta have it. Yeah, you can't change.
Great number, anyways. How about you? How did you first come about
Well, my 28, they gave it to me when I got drafted, and I figured, usually they give the draft guys high numbers. So the fact they gave me 28, I was like, oh, they might, they must think I'm coming back. So I was like, I would try to keep that. I mean, at least whenever I got, in the big leagues, I just kept it. Like, oh, that's weird. I didn't know I was going to get this number, so I just kept it. And then when I went to Texas, I just put 84 because it was my birthday,
Okay.
my year, birth year.
Yeah.
Just tried something different.
Yeah. Did somebody have 28 at that time?
Yeah, no. Actually, they were willing to give it to me. I didn't want it. I just wanted to change it up, see what else happens. Yeah.
That's kind of cool, because you hear these stories about guys selling their numbers and all this kind of stuff, right? And best
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. I've heard some stories.
But then I couldn't change. Once I got, I did good the first year. And once I got hurt, you can't be changing. So I had to just stick it out. Yeah, it's not the numbers' fault. So I had to just stick it out.
28. I'm September 28th is the birthday, so I definitely like that number. And my kids are all 20s, man. They're 23, 26, 20. They're all in the 20s. My little 5-year-old, he's a Freddie Freeman guy. He's number 5, but
That's cool.
So did the Brewers, Jadyn, last couple of things, I'll let you guys get going, enjoy the game tonight. Did the Brewers kind of give you a path and say to you, here's where you're going to be at this year, rookie ball, then, the normal trajectory, like A, double A trip? Or did they say, like, just go the course and wherever it kind of takes you is where it's going to take you? I guess, how much of a blueprint, if that makes sense, has the organization given you?
To be completely honest, not really. I haven't really got one. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, all the coaches have said, like, and plus I know being undrafted, no matter what they say, I know I'm going to keep working every day, no matter if I'm getting moved or not. And I know wherever I'm going to play at, like, I'm playing there every day. Like, I'm not worried about, getting moved or all these things. They haven't really, obviously told me yet, but, I know if I just keep showing what I can do, then I don't have to worry about whatever.
All right, nobody's saying anything bad, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. No, I haven't heard anything bad yet, man.
Nobody's saying anything bad, so that's good.
And you're hungry, man. I asked Haven because I had heard he was a hot dog eater. I'm going to start with Prince here. What goes on a hot dog, Prince?
You're asking me this question, so I'm going to assume I have to answer it the right way. Mustard.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, I like ketchup.
So listen.
Okay. But I heard that the mustard is the only thing allowed, is what I heard.
I heard that too, and that's for the birds. Listen.
Okay. So I like ketchup.
For whatever you like. I was almost like afraid to say I like ketchup on it.
Right. Yeah. It's like people to get appalled.
They get appalled, man. I was at the ballpark. I was getting a dog, and I was putting ketchup, mustard, red. And this guy looked at me. He's like, "What are you? You're ruining the hot dog." I'm like, "Dude," I said, "Go eat your own hot dog. Get away from me."
Right.
He can eat it however he wants. How about you, Jadyn? You ketchup, mustard guy? What's up?
I'm not really big on hot dogs.
I was gonna say, man, this guy with the 6-pack and the rip, they ain't hot dogs, right?
No, not a big hot dog. I mean, I'll eat a few hamburgers. I'm a hamburger here and there.
Yeah,
but I just like, I'll take a little cheese, but
his hot dog's protein dog, right? It's like it's pure protein, plant-based, organic. I see what's up.
No, he uses the fork and knife.
He's got that baby up. Hey, little baby.
Yeah, he was like,
He's high acidity, man, right? You can't. Us hot dog eaters are not on your level, Jay. I see how it is. I need predictions before I let you guys go. I need predictions on the score tonight, man. Dallas Eagles opening night of the NFL. I'm going to start here with Jadyn. Are you a football fan, number one?
Not really, but I kind of know what's going on, but not really a big football fan now.
You think? Well, give me a prediction. Who wins tonight? Eagles, Dallas.
I think Eagles. I think Dallas is pretty terrible from what I've heard.
Put it lightly. I mean,
what I've heard.
Yeah,
they got rid of Carson. I know that.
Yeah,
that was nuts. That was crazy. I guess usually with that stuff and Prince, he just didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah,
and he.
When it probably, however, it didn't seem like it was going well. I think once you get to a certain point, you're over it. It's like any relationship, really. You know what I mean? Once stuff gets crossed.
Dude, it's like an old girlfriend. It's like a girlfriend cheating on you and you go back or say, it ain't going to work.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
And I ain't going back to her, man. It ain't going to work, right? You guys are awesome, dude. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, honestly. Jadyn, there's going to be a lot of interviews coming your way, man. They're going to come. They're going to come fast and furious. Keep smiling. Stay dangerous, all right?
Got you.
All right, guys. Be easy, man. I love it. Thanks a lot.
Peace.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.